Do You Really Want to Visit the Moon? By Thomas K. Adamson, illustrated by Daniele Fabbri. You really need more space to ride, some place where nothing would get in your way, like the moon. But do you really want to visit the moon? Your trip to the moon will take about 4 days. As you get close, you see thousands of craters peppering its gray surface. The flat areas are darker. They're called Maria. Some Maria look nice and flat. They still have a lot of craters. And watch out for those boulders. They were kicked out of the ground when meteorites struck the moon. Your spacecraft touches down. The moon has no air, so you need a spacesuit with an oxygen tank to breathe. With no air here, the sky is always black. On Earth, the air scatters sunlight to make the sky appear blue. Walking on the moon is like trying to walk in a sand dune. It takes a while to get used to. Hopping like a kangaroo seems to work well. The moon has less gravity than Earth. If you weigh 60 pounds on Earth, you weigh only 10 pounds on the moon. Slam dunks are really easy. But you came here to find more room to ride. You can cover more grounds in a solar buggy. Wow, this is where the astronauts first walk on the moon. You can see their footprints. They're still here more than 40 years later because the moon has no wind or rain to wear them away. Your spacesuit is getting very dirty. Moon dust sticks to everything. The dirt on the moon's surface, like a fine powder, is called regolith. When there are other astronauts on the moon, you cruise around and find 5 other landing sites. You can hear the electric motor of your rover. You try drumming on the dashboard. No sound. Sound needs to travel through air to be heard. With no air, there's no sound on the moon. No music either. At least you can collect some moon rocks. Maybe you'll get extra credit in science class. Enough exploring, time to ride. Guess I should have worn the seat belt. You can catch air on the edge of the craters. Boulders make a great obstacle course. Soon you'll see the Earth in the sky, an Earthrise. It's not nearly as dusty on Earth, and there's air, and a little more gravity, and you can hear the drums. It's a great ride up here, but you wouldn't really want to stay on the moon too long. Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Moon, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. How do we know about the moon? We know about the moon because astronauts have been there. Between 1969 and 1972, 12 astronauts walked on the moon during the Apollo project. Scientists are still studying the rock and soil samples they brought back to Earth. In 2009, the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter went into orbit around the moon. It is creating detailed maps of the surface. Do You Really Want to Visit the Moon? By Thomas K. Adamson, illustrated by Daniele Fabbri.